I don't know even it is, really coming from authentic source or not, but I think there is some truth in it. You know this story about a person who dies? Huh? I can tell the story, of course. Even if you don't want to listen it, I would have to. Of course, I don't remember fully and completely, but it's something like this. I thought that was it was very meaningful to me. This. It is said that there was a person. Then one day, the what is it called? You know what God sends. Angel. The angel of death came and said, "Let's go." Said, "Where?" "Let's go. You are dead." I said, "No, I can't go. I have lots of things to do. I have, many projects. I have lots of things I'm middle of. I'm very busy, How can I go?" "Doesn't matter. You are dead." Finished. So he's not happy, but he has to go, So he's going. And then this angel has a box, carrying a box, a black box, biggish black box. And then he says, "What is in that box?" Angel says, "This is all what you have." Then he's interested, what do I have? Is it my, money and property and things like that? Oh, it's not there. These were never yours. It belonged to the land. It never belonged to you. Then he talks about all other things. This is what, Is it my soul? It comes. No, he says. Your soul never belonged to you. It belonged to the God. So he talks about everything he had. It's not there. It's none of those things were yours. Your money was not yours. Your property was not yours. Your talent was not yours. Your relatives and your love were not yours. Everything was not yours. Then he says, your even soul was not yours. So, what was mine? Can I see the box? He threw the box on the ground. I said, "If you want, you can look." He opened the box. It was completely empty. There was absolutely nothing in the box. Then he says, "Oh, I owe nothing. I have nothing." He says, "No, you have absolutely nothing. What do you have? You have nothing." Then he says, "But what I had, did I not have something in my life?" He said, "Yes, you had your moments. Yeah. You had your moments, and that you wasted. Now you have nothing." I think that's the truth, We don't have anything that we can carry when we die, Neither our richness, our wealth, our property, money, friends, our name, our popularity, our, whatever, nothing we can, there's nothing we can carry out. Everything goes. So what we really have is these moments. And these moments means not the past, not the future, because that's only these moments that we actually live moment by moment. And that is life. Our life is just this moment. This moment, then that moment gone, then this moment gone, then this moment gone, and then we don't know how many more moments we have. So therefore, it's not important what happened in the past. It's not important to kind of worry too much about the future, because it doesn't help. Important is to live these moments as best as we can. And if we can take care of these moments now, and if we learn how to live these moments now, we learn how to live our life. And actually we also learn how to die. Because it's all about how we can use this very moment in a positive way, in a meaningful way, in the right way. If this very moment I can live like happily, relaxedly, kindly, without fear, without expectation, directly, clearly, then this moment is a happy life for me. This moment is a useful life for me. This moment is a purposeful one. And if this moment I can do that, next moment is same. Next moment is same. And if I can be the moments at the time of my death in this way, I'm prepared for the death. I'm dying in the right way. There's nothing more than that, So therefore, actually this is also the quintessence of meditation. The quintessence of meditation is also that how do I live this moment in the right way. Peacefully, joyfully, and clearly, directly, mindfully, and kindly, and do something, whatever that's helpful, useful, you know. Because that's, you know, that's the life. The life, the real life is that, you know, these moments. So therefore, you know, death is also that. There's nothing more than that. Moment after moment, moment after moment, and your after death, your future life is actually created by these moments. You know, the present moment creates the future. So if I can learn to be, you know, not focused on negative things, negative emotions, negative memories, negative, you know, emotions and reactions, but with some kindness, compassion, a little bit peace, joy, and then that creates the next moment, that creates the next moment. So I can be in a peaceful, joyful and positive way. If I can confidently be in that state for 1 minute, I can more likely be the next minute also. And if I can be in the same way next moment, next minute, then I can be 1 hour, then I can be 2 hours, then I can be in the one day. So therefore, that's my life. You know, changing our life, we have to change moment by moment. You know, that's how to transform our life. If we can transform one moment, then we can slowly transform the way we live our life, how we experience. And everything, you know, there are lots of different kind of practices in Buddhism. Many different practices, and all of them actually is based on this. You know, if you don't have this understanding as the basis, and then we try to do those practices, it would not work, because then it becomes some kind of crazy Tibetan thing that you do, you know, that you don't understand. It's totally something, you know, really crazy things, you know. But if you understand this and then use this and those practices as a method, as a kind of training, as a means of training, then it makes sense. And those then practices can be done slightly differently also, doesn't matter, you know. Sometimes we make this, of course, like whatever you do, there is a, you know, a system. There is a kind of, you know, you can call it a ritual if you like. You know, there's a way to do it, how to start, how to, you know, and then step by step, and you know, and that we can call it ritual if you like, you know. And it's sometimes good to do that way, because that's, that was taught by my teacher, and he was taught by that, his teacher, and he was taught by his teacher, and things like that. But then, if you don't understand the real thing, then those things can become, the story of black cat, you don't know? She knows very well. She has heard it like 20 times. But doesn't matter, I can tell it again. Because I like that story so much, I really like that so much. Because I'm myself, I don't know. I have nothing against rituals, but maybe there was too much ritual in my life when I was young. My teacher was very good in rituals. He was an expert in all kind of rituals. He could do kaju, he could do nyingma, he could do many different traditions. He had a great voice. He knew how to do everything. And I didn't learn. I learned a little bit, but then I stopped learning. I developed a little bit of, I think, what can you say? You could call that. And I always, that time I didn't that much, but now I always forget. You call it a ritual, and I always forget, and I always do the opposite. And I mix up, we have many different, this very simple things. There are lots of things, to learn, like, you put, this, there's a Nyingma way of putting the bell and doje and kaju way. Now I forget again, I think this is the kaju way, no? And this is the Nyingma way. So when I'm with kajus, I do the opposite, like this. I do it like this. And then, of course, everybody is looking at me, and So anyway, that's not the point. What was the point? Oh, yes, black cat. Black cat, this. All of these things has, this rituals has a reason why it should be, why it's done like that. But sometimes we forget that reason, and then it becomes useless. There was this master, I think it was, I don't know, Hindu, I think it was a Hindu master, and he had a group, and every evening the group came, they did a satsang, satsang, and practice together. But he had a cat, and the cat was, was disturbing them. So he asked to tie up the cat while they do the satsang. So every time they came, the group came in, they tie up the cat, they did the satsang, they untied the cat, and then they left. It was a completely black cat without any, color. So they keep on doing this again and every day, every day, every day. And one day, the master passed away. So the master passed away. So his best student became the master, and they kept on the same thing. They came in, they tied the cat, they did the satsang, they untied the cat, and they left. And one day, the cat died. Now there's a problem. Now they said, how can we have the cat? How can we do the satsang? We have no cat to tie up. So we must find a cat to tie up because otherwise we cannot do it. And we need actually completely black cat without any, because that was the cat like that. So they searched all over the town, everywhere for many days, all the members, and then finally they found a cat which was completely black, and so they brought the cat and they tied up the cat. they could do that. So many times it's like that. So therefore, so it's important to understand, what this, the real practice, the real kind of, training is about,